Is this the best third-party figure ever made? This unlicensed 6-scale Barbossa figure by EKUAZ Studio caught my attention way back when it was announced, so luckily I threw down a pre-order for the deluxe edition with the wool hair when it was $360. Then it caught everybody else's attention because it got a reissue at a higher price, but now mine finally arrived, so welcome back to another 6-scale unboxing review. I am very excited to get this figure out here and see if it's even better than the Hot Toys Jack Sparrow. So let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and hit subscribe for much more content like this. But now, let's get into it. Arg mateys, I went and got an Accord, or whatever Barbossa said in the movie about an Accord. Yes, I am so excited to take a look at this figure today, and it's kind of funny. So on top of the box, whenever I took it out of the cardboard box it came in, they had this tape to it, so they give you an extra little button or something in case one falls off or whatever that little piece is, and you get an extra monkey head, which is kind of cool. I mean, hopefully I don't lose a monkey head, but you get another one, and we get a sneak little peek of it right there. And to be honest with you, the detail on the monkey, which is how it kind of looked in the photos anyway, doesn't look the greatest. So already, monkey's not looking too good, but I hope the figure looks a lot better than the monkey does. So we can take a look at the box, and on this back cover here, it looks, I think, like the ocean right there. You can see there's a little wraparound banner that says Pirate King of the Inner Sea 6-scale collectible figure. Because it's third party, they can't use the actual names or anything like that. But to tell you a secret, we all know this is Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, he could be from At World's End. He could be from the first one, Curse of the Black Pearl. I mean, maybe he could be from the later ones, basically whatever one you want it to be. You see up here it says artistic interpretation. I guess since it's unlicensed third party, maybe they have to put that. I don't know. It says EKUAZ Studio and Echo Design right down below. Going to the side, deluxe version. I'm really glad I got the deluxe version. That means I get the implanted-ish rooted hair. Not sure how it's going to work or how it's going to look, but we'll have to see. If it gets messy, he's a pirate at the end of the day, so kind of makes a little bit of sense. Seems like the box is already trying to separate. Have the rest of the banner right there. EKUAZ Studio. Some warnings and info down below. We can go to the other side. Just has the rest of the banner. Bottom has nothing. And the top has nothing. So now let's go ahead and get the banner off so we can actually pop off the little magnet piece. So yeah, so this piece definitely felt like it was magnetic. It was just coming off. And taking this off, dang, that's actually pretty cool. Look at that. You have a big whirlwind back there. Like, yeah, that's really cool looking. Kind of reminds me of At World's End, you know, the big whirlpool when the ships were fighting, which was just, it was such a cool scene. And then you have a ship right here, maybe the Black Pearl or something, a kind of sinking ship, some other crash ships and everything like that. That's a really cool looking piece of art. And then right here, just some waves. So I guess if you want, you could set this up as like a backdrop for him. I don't know if that's the intention, but it's cool you get that, so you can actually do whatever you want with it. But of course, the star of the show is going to be the figure, and I think he's hiding underneath this foam. And there he is. Man, I am so excited to get this one out here. So let's just take a quick look at him and then unbox the rest of everything in the box. And dude, that to me looks just like Barbossa. The hair is really well done. It's, yeah, it feels like they even used some product in it because it's not all loose wool. It's actually feels a little hard, if that makes sense. Kind of like how Inart's hair is. Maybe not as stiff and hard, but a little hard for the hair. It seems like they did put product in it. He actually has, yeah, he has some wool for the beard, which is nice. There's a little piece kind of flying off. We'll just remove that. But I am impressed so far. This figure is looking very good. The coat feels like it's made out of a pretty good material. Hopefully he'll hold up over time. The whole outfit looks amazing. But obviously the star of the show, the thing that makes or breaks a figure, especially third party, is the head sculpt. And that head sculpt, that is absolutely beautiful. But let's go ahead and check out the rest of the box. We'll just go ahead and take a look at the rest of the top layer. Looks like we have his hands, extra wrist pegs. Looks like actually a coin from the cursed treasure. And I think what's in here? Okay, Jack the monkey. We have an apple. That apple, just from a distance, looks very nice. Going to the next layer, you know, it's an unboxing at the end of the day, so got to actually unbox it. This layer looks very good. I don't know if the foam wants to come out. Smack the camera on accident. Okay, we're just gonna leave the foam in there. And there we go. We can see his hat. Underneath the hat, I think, is a base, which actually in those initial photos, I don't remember seeing a base. So it's really cool it's included. And I don't know why the camera's getting overly bright. We can see those two little flintlock pistols, the sword. I forget what that thing's called, but the thing that actually activates the cannon, you know, you like kind of like a lighter, you know, you hit it to the cannon, goes boom. Yeah, I'll have to look up what that's called so I don't completely forget. Little crotch grabber, and this looks great because I think the sword feels like die cast. Of course, we got to start by looking at the man himself, Barbossa, and man, like I was saying, that head sculpt already looks amazing. You see they have his scar on the cheek right there. The eyes are kind of like yellowish red, which is a little creepy, but it makes sense. He's a pirate, probably didn't take too good care of himself. I mean, I don't know how the healthcare works out on the 7 Seas, but you know, he's not looking the greatest. There's a bunch of skin texture. The nose looks really good. Like this head sculpt, especially for third party, because sometimes third party head sculpts, especially with hair, is hit or miss for me. This is, I don't know, it's like a 10 out of 10 head sculpt, honestly. It's like if Hot Toys ever does Barbossa, are they even going to be able to top this? It is really good. And I was looking too, it didn't say that the coat was genuine leather, or at least I didn't see it, but it said the boots were, and I believe the strap. So that is really good. They actually use real leather for some of the materials. And it's interesting too. I was just feeling the buckles and they feel a little cold to the touch. I want to say they're probably plastic though, but my brain is trying to tell me they're actual metal. So they're very convincing looking. You see a little bit of dirt and grime in there. Right now, because there's no sword in the holster, it likes to kind of readjust itself, but you can adjust it up to his shoulder. Kind of move this piece down here, down a little bit, adjust it how you need, and especially with the weight of the die cast sword, which being able to say die cast sword is just incredible. That'll probably pull it down a bit and just keep it in place. But that whole outfit, it looks amazing. I'm seeing hopefully not a little bit of damage, but something on the arm right there. But this jacket, it looks really good. And you see the detail of like the kind of small little holes in there. They're not really like holes, but that detail is really good. And I was looking at it because it kind of reminded me of like perforated leather or something like that. But when you look it up, he actually has that on his jacket in the movie. So it's really cool. They made that like little tiny fine detail in there. All the buttons are sculpted beautifully. See all that kind of shiny-ish gold buttons. They look like they have some dirt in the crevices too, which is really, really nice to see. Going to his sleeves, he has these little cutouts so you can bend his arms easier, which, you know, I guess pirates like doing that so they can move their arms easily when they're sword fighting. He has these big kind of cuffs down here. You see all the different buttons all around there. Like, I don't think they actually... Okay, yeah, you can feel underneath, so they didn't actually put the buttons through these little cutouts here. But they sculpted it and designed it to where it looks like he moved his cuffs up, or his cuffs up, and then popped the buttons through to hold it in place. The hand detail, ew. The hand detail, as you can tell, is very nasty. Like, look at that. You can see the fingernails are all black and disgusting. You see the ring looks pretty nice on there, but the hands, that detail is disgustingly good. Like, you see the actual little bit of wrinkling. Just everything right in there. Look at that. That looks really nice. And of course, fingernails, absolutely disgusting on both hands. Yep. That one too, disgusting fingernails, but this hand has a wrapping on it. I don't think he has a wrapping because he's like Jack Sparrow, where Jack had that black dot on his hand, but he has a wrapping on there. Looks very, very nice. Underneath, it looks like on this side, he has kind of like a tattered shirt. Yeah, you see the tatters on the end, so just be careful. Don't pull any of the strings out or anything. You don't want to ruin the shirt. This side, okay. This side, he also has the same kind of tatterness to the shirt, but it's on both sides, just a little bit more visible on this hand. So I open up his jacket now, and I noticed it's really cool. They actually put a wire in the bottom of the jacket. So if you want, you could have it like kind of blowing off in the wind or whatever you want to do in your display. But the undershirt, this is really good looking. You can see all the different details in there, some turquoise, some orange. Everything looks really nice on this undershirt. You have what is kind of like a fake pocket here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it actually opens up to a pocket. There's some buttons on there. I think there's only two. Hopefully a button didn't fall off. The other side, okay, the other side's the same. So 2 buttons, another pocket. This is really nice. The inside is just kind of brown, but the outside, that detail, look at that. That is beautiful. The back is also pretty good looking. Not going to pull up the jacket too high, But I love the belt. You see, you get this kind of yellowish with orangish brown stripes in it. Little sash that goes around his waist. And then it kind of wraps around and then tucks up and over his belt. The belt itself, the buckle is very nicely detailed. You can see some dirt in the crevices. It's a little bit like gold. Then the belt itself looks pretty good. I'm going to hope that's genuine leather based on what I was reading. And you can adjust it if you need to, like have the yellow up a little higher because it might make a little bit more sense. However you want to adjust it. I wouldn't recommend taking it off the figure because right now at least it looks really good. But you can adjust it. It's your figure at the end of the day. Going up here to the chest, you can see because his chest is open, they actually detailed his chest. So we can open that up a little bit. You can see the skin texture. You can see maybe a little scar in there unless the figure got scratched. Hopefully not, but they just detailed it nicely. I don't know how far it goes. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but they detailed at least like the upper part of the torso. So you can actually have all that detail and it blends in very nicely with the head. Look at that. The neck has a bunch of wrinkling, all that detail in there where the Adam's apple would be. Just the neck in general looks great. And the skin color matches the head because sometimes the third party, that's an issue, unfortunately. But going to the undershirt, it's a white undershirt, looks just like a pirate shirt, and I really like it. The collar's going around up top, then going down to the pants. The pants, this is a very nice material. It's fabric, but it's really nice. It's kind of a little stretchy too, like pajama pants, if you know what I mean. The knees, they added some dirt detail, like I guess he's down on his knees quite a bit, doing pirate things. But I like that they actually weathered the knees. Going down here, you can lift it up. Of course, you can see the actual joints in there. But they kind of just go over the boots a little bit, or you could tuck them in, whatever you want to do. And the boots themselves, I love them. It said they're genuine, or they're real leather. It said real leather. Didn't tell me what type of leather, but just real leather. They're black and they're very weathered. There's some weathering all around it, a little bit up top. There's some weathering down at the bottom. You see the little brown dirt going around them. The bottom is very dirty right down there. Sculpt work is really good. I really like it. And going to the back, this is where they're laced up. They used real laces, and honestly, mine are kind of coming undone, so I'm gonna have to probably relace them, maybe get some tweezers out or something. But I love that they have real laces back there. That's just an awesome detail. And this figure, man, this is beautiful. I absolutely love this. Like third party, sometimes they're hit or miss, but for me right now, just looking at the figure alone before the accessories, it's a hit. And we're not even done because I mentioned the implanted hair looks amazing. And this little bandana, if you really want to, you could take off and look at that. Yeah, you can see all the hair, how they kind of glued it on there. He's bald up top. No wonder he left his hat on all the time. It's very nice. I'm going to probably always leave that on him though. But I noticed that when I was actually going to take the head off to look at the rolling eyeball feature. Because yes, the head comes off. There's a little magnet in there. A magnet under here. And if we go get a good angle on it, see those little joysticks? So he does get the rolling eyeball feature. So, you know, his eyes were probably looking a little off to you. So, yeah, that was, I guess, by design. Okay, they're a little tough to move. And there we go. So I managed to move the eyeballs around. The pegs are actually really small. And, of course, he has the implanted hair, so you want to be careful. But they're kind of stuck. Once I moved it, though, now they're pretty easy to move. So I just have them kind of looking off to the side. But I don't know what I'm going to do with some poses yet. But to be honest, third party, they're really good at attaching the heads. Like for this one, I really like that there's a magnet in there. Like it's very, very simple. Like just a magnet and then a long neck. And yeah, just pops in there like that. It's literally that simple. So Hot Toys, maybe even InArt, because InArt I kind of struggle putting the heads on sometimes, especially with the real hair and the magnets and stuff. They should take notes because third party, a lot of their figures, especially like Limb Toys or Nathan Drake, they make putting the heads on very easy. Maybe they're not as secure, but I really like it. And this one, my one complaint though, is that the pegs for the eyes are very small. So it's very hard to get to, but it's still doable. And now he has a little bit more life to him with the eyes moved off to the side. But we also get this little package, which actually has his necklace. So let's go ahead and open this up and get his little necklace out here. And the necklace also looks very good. Like the detail is very small, but it's very finely detailed. Hopefully the camera is going to focus on if I bring it this close, but it has kind of that goldish look to it, but very dirty, kind of like blackish brown all around it. It's actually pretty hefty. So I think this is a real chain. I want to say it's a real chain at least because it actually has some heft to it, but we can actually go ahead and pop the figure's head sculpt off like so. And then we can go ahead and grab that chain. And there we go. It just sits right around the neck looking pretty good. You want to tuck it under the collar a little bit. And it just sits there right on the middle of his chest looking very nice. And grab the head sculpt. It'll just magnetize right into place. And there we go. Now he has the necklace on there. But of course, we're not done. He still has a lot more accessories to look at. So let's take a look at his hands, starting with the ones already on him. He gets 2 relaxed style hands. We already looked at the detail, and the detail is amazing, but he gets these 2 relaxed ones. Then there's a pair of trigger finger hands with the fingers out with those very disgusting looking nails all poking out everywhere, but we get those. You can see the holes down there. Maybe you could use these to hold other things as well. Then there's a left kind of more open, flat palm style hand, probably to hold something out or just hold the monkey or hold something. We're going to figure out what that one holds. Then there's this one, which also looks like it holds something for the right hand. And this one, I believe, holds the apple just because the shape is kind of apple shaped. You know, looks like it's going to be holding the apple. And the last hand is just one of his right hands. That's a gripping hand, most likely for the sword because it looks like it's sword shaped. So the sword probably goes in there. You have him fighting Jack Sparrow or something cool. I mean, he is going to be at an advantage though, because Jack Sparrow, being a Hot Toys figure, gets a plastic sword, and now Barbossa, he gets a die-cast sword, and I'm very excited to get those out here. But before we look at that, we get this little apple, and this apple, I think it's my favorite accessory of the bunch. It looks very realistic. It kind of looks like, you know, the fake apples that people put in like bowls on a dining table or something like that. It's very nice looking. You see the stem? Just be careful with the stem. You don't want to break it. It's a very nice green color. Looks exactly how it did on screen when he was like, apple. And Elizabeth was like, heck nah, bro, you poisoned that thing. And, you know, he ate it. And it turns out they were all skeletonized because they were cursed. So it wouldn't have done anything to him anyway if it was cursed. But yeah, there's a big bite taken out of it because he actually bit the apple. And that is a very convincing bite. Look at that. It is very detailed and very, very good looking. On the bottom, I like that little bit of paintwork in there, kind of like where it goes into, I guess, the core of the apple. Like I said, the stem looks great. That is a very nice accessory. And my assumption seems to be correct because look at that. The perfectly shaped apple holding hand. And it kind of sticks in there pretty good. Not going to lie, I think I might pose him in my display holding the apple because it's just an iconic scene. And yes, the weapons are great, but I really like that we get the apple. It looks amazing, and it's a really iconic Barbossa scene. And now for arguably the worst accessory here, just because of how bad it looks. And I'm hoping putting on the figure or putting it with the figure won't bring the figure down. But it's the monkey. It's Jack. It does not look great. The head is okay. You could like turn it around. It has a little bit of articulation there. But look at that. The fur, it's sculpted in there. But in art, they do amazing with their fur. I mean, this kind of looks like Hot Toys Crypto, you know, a little bit of not great looking fur, or the Hot Toys Crypto that came with their Superman. It's just not looking great. The outfit does look good though. The sculpt work on it, the paint work, there's a little bit of darkerness in kind of the crevices right there. Has a little bit of darker sections. The sleeves look very nice. You can see it's that white material, and then it has a bit of, I mean, the whole thing is sculpted, so not really material, but has some little creasing, everything in there, kind of stitches up there. So it looks very nice, very convincing. The arms don't move at all. The hands look okay. I mean, I guess they're kind of decent. The feet look okay as well, but he's meant to sit on his shoulder. The tail, pretty nice. Just be careful. You do not want to accidentally snap the monkey's tail off. But what's also kind of interesting is that second head you get, because the second head actually looks even worse than this one. So yeah, you get an extra monkey head, but to me, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or let me know what you think in the comments, but the one on the left is the one that came extra. I showed you in the very beginning, and it looks way worse. Like, I kind of like this one because it's a little pinker. It has a bit more detail, but this one, I don't know. I'm not feeling that monkey head, to be honest, but I guess we can try it out. And now I know what this is. So you see this little piece in here? That's a magnet you're supposed to put into the monkey head, because the monkey head I took off has a magnet inside. This one does not have the magnet, so I'm not going to bother to do it right now, but you could put the monkey head in there with a magnet, and it sits there like that. I mean, it looks okay. Maybe this is their original design they did for the monkey, and people said, nah, that's hot garbage. So they made this design, which is much better, but they already made these ones, so they tossed in with it. I don't know the story behind it, but this one definitely going back in the box as a backup if I lose the monkey's head. Hopefully I don't, or else we'll have a headless monkey. But that head, I definitely like as the better of the two. And oh man, this is the accessory I was waiting for, the die-cast sword. It is very sharp on the end. I mean, not as sharp as I was initially thinking, but still pretty sharp on the end because it's die-cast. So you can't really bend it, or at least bend it too easily. I guess on the Man of Steel, because it felt like it bent a little bit. But it's very shiny. It's die-cast. I do wish there was weathering on the blade because it's right now just very reflective, very shiny, very clean. Barbossa, they're pirates, so the sword probably should be a little dirty. I think Captain Jack's, the Hot Toys one, is a little dirty. So we'll take a look, kind of compare him when we actually get him out here. But the handle is very nice. Look at that. All the sculpt work down there. You see the guard has some openings. It's just very lovely looking. I love the way his guard looks. And of course he has that grip in hand for it. But this piece can go ahead and slide right into there. And there you go. Because the handle's big enough, it's not going to fall out. And now hopefully it'll hold down his actual little holster sash thingy right there. Because now that's in there. Of course, I'm just laying them down, so I'll have to adjust it when we do the posing, but the sword just goes right in there like that and looks very nice. I'm kind of curious where his like pistols go. I guess we'll figure that out. And here they are, the two flintlocks he comes with, and it's probably pretty obvious, but yes, this is my favorite of the two. This one though, the wood is sculpted very nicely. You can see that has like the brown in there. You can actually feel that wood grain. You see the kind of metal sections, but it's all sculpted plastic. There's no die cast or anything here. This you cannot articulate. I would not recommend trying to pull that back. It would probably snap, but you can see where it would be metal. It's very dirty looking. It's a very nice looking piece. You have the trigger down there. You have this piece here where they would, pull out, load the bullet, and then yeah, it's just very dirty on his. But my favorite of the two is this one. This one is gorgeous. Look at that. It has a little skull on the pommel down there. I absolutely love that. It's nice and silver, and then the wood is kind of black looking. It's beautiful. Look at that. Right there for the barrel. I'm just going to keep saying look at that, because look at that. That is beautiful. The barrel, he's got a compensator on there apparently. I mean, it kind of looks like one, but yes, it's just some sculpted metal. Yes, a very nice detailed sculpted silver chromy shiny section going along here. The silver sections are all also kind of black and very dirty. He did not take care of these things at all, apparently. This little section that kind of hangs off, be careful with it. It's also very dirty looking. Not really sure what that is exactly. Oh, it's funny. I looked up a picture to see what his, like where he stored the pistols. And this, I think, kind of helps hold it to his belt, maybe. I don't know if they just did that for the movie or for the movie to help kind of actually keep it to his belt. But it kind of looks like that, so I'll show you where it goes. This right here is the piece that they pull out, load the bullets, but this piece is beautiful. Let me know which your favorite of the two is, but mine obviously is definitely the black one with the skulls on the bottom, because that's gorgeous. And to show you where it goes based on the picture I found, you kind of want to slide it under his belt. I'm going to take it off camera to do it because I don't want to break anything, but the belt, if you need to, you might be able to loosen it, but let's see if it's too tight, but you want to slide it under there, and then this piece kind of goes over the belt based on the picture I found, at least. So let's attempt that. All right, that was actually a lot easier than I thought. I just lifted it up, slid it in there. It's kind of hard to do on camera. Don't want to risk looking through the camera, breaking something. So that's why sometimes I take it off camera. But now what's nice, I'm kind of using it to double as holding the actual belt, or like the little sash thingy, the holster for the actual sword right there. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of everything, but if you're a pirate expert, definitely let me know what that's called down in the comments. But here you can see it just pops in there. This little piece goes over the actual belt, and it looks very nice. It's very long too. It goes way down there. You could hide it under the coat, have it sticking out, because actually Jack Sparrow, or Captain Jack Sparrow, he gets two guns that I remember I stuffed in there during that review. That was such a fun review. I love that one. Check out that video if you want to. I'll probably mention at the end of this video as the one I recommend checking out. But this is very nice looking. I absolutely love how it looks. I love that kind of holds down now we'll just call it a bandolier, even though there's no ammo or anything in there. Pulls that piece down, goes under the jacket. Also saw in the image I was referencing, it had this piece like the jacket over that. I might not do that, but also in the picture is kind of bellowing off in the wind back a little. So we'll see. We'll see what we do when we get to posing. But we also get what they call a lighting off torch. I don't know if that's the official name, but that's what they called it in the description. It's crazy how much it feels like real wood. Like I feel if I slide my hand down it, I'd get a splinter, but hopefully not. It looks really convincing and feels just as good. I don't think it's real wood, but it is. Yeah, there's a little seam line right there. It's convincing. Look at that. You see all that wood grain texture sculpted in there. Little imperfections. The paintwork, it's a bit brown. Then it looks like they did some black over the top. It's kind of pointy on the bottom. Then up here, a very convincing rope detail. Some dirty looking rope wrapped around going up here. Then off here, they would light this. That's what's a little scorched on the end. Right there, they'd light this and they'd take it over to the cannon and go kaboom. The cannon would shoot off and hit someone in the face or something like that. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of Black Flag recently, so getting a pirate figure in, I'm even more excited, but you know, still not a pirate expert yet. But I'm working on it. But this is a beautiful little piece. I'll probably have to display it with them somewhere, somehow. And here it is. I didn't think this figure came with a base, so I thought I was gonna have to use one of my little lame Amazon ones. But this, I absolutely love it. It's kind of like a broken piece of a ship. You see little jagged edges in there. The wood detail also looks pretty nice. It kind of has like a bluish greenish tint to it. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. But honestly, I'm a little disappointed also. It is a bit basic. Then again, I didn't think it came as a base anyway, so I can't complain too much. But look at that. There's no nameplate. I get it. It's third party, unlicensed. But if they're going to put a nameplate here, I wish they actually did it. Because what am I going to go do? Grab a white Sharpie, right? Barbossa. No, I am not going to do that and make the figure look all cheesy. I don't know. I don't really have a way to print a label. But if you have a label maker or you want to make a cool one yourself, it's kind of cool it's blank. But at the same time, they should have put something on there, because now it's going to be Barbossa on here with nothing in the front. And yeah, not really a fan of that, to be honest. Also, mine looks like there's some super glue or something. Probably, I guess they dripped it along the edge, and what I'm gonna have to see if I can get that off, because what really sucks is this is the front of the base. So that's going to be very visible and it looks very bad. It's not like it's water dripping down. It looks like glue that came up. They're like, glue, bloop, bloop. Dripped over the edge, and whatever, he won't care, and I do care. So that kind of sucks, but the detail's nice. Yes, it has a little bit of railing in the back, not really connected. I do really like that. Like I said, the wood detailing on this figure, it's next level. Hopefully Hot Toys and stuff gets this good at their wood detailing, because I absolutely love it. On the base, on the accessories, everything looks really good. But of course, we also get a crotch grabber that we can pop into place. And there we go. Nothing special about it. It's kind of like one of those cheap crotch grabbers that actually comes with the bases I buy on Amazon. But it goes up and down, and it makes a little clicky noise, but it'll get the job done. Like I said, I wish they didn't get glue there, and I wish it had a nameplate, because that is very unfortunate. But it's third party, so I get it. I had to save his hat for last, because this one, it looks really good, but it's a little messy. Some of the feathers were kind of falling off in the box, but at the same time, I like that there's actual real looking feathers on here. I mean, hopefully they didn't pluck them off a random bird outside, but it looks really nice. Yeah, the kind of pinkish feather, this feather right here. I'd just be very careful with these, because pieces were falling off it and I don't want to damage it. But you have a bunch of different feathers. It looks really good. The hat itself is sculpted. It's actually a little softer, which is nice. There's some holes in it, some little not bites, but you know, some little dents and everything like that on the side, which look really good. The leather-ish type sculpted look to it is also very nice. There's a buckle that goes around the hat, all sculpted into the hat. And on the bottom, there's also, don't want to touch that, some detailing. When I was looking at first, I was like, dang, did they get glue all over this too? But no, I think that's actual detailing to make the hat look kind of old and weathered, because there's some of it up here too. And of course, it actually fits to his head, the little bandana that's on him. So the hat, it is kind of difficult to install. I'll futz with it some more, but I've been spending the last like maybe 10 minutes or so trying to get on the head. Doesn't really want to stay. I mean, it, you know, he always has it kind of off a little bit like that. So, I mean, that kind of looks pretty good. There we go. We just did it on camera super quickly, but I need to mess with it a little bit more. I'm going to get him onto the stand and then kind of try to adjust the hat to where it sits on him. I was kind of hoping the whole area, you know, or I guess the head shaped area would hold it a little bit better to his head, but it's not really doing that. So I would say, especially if you have the version with the implanted hair, just be careful. Just gently move it around till you're kind of satisfied with how it looks. I'm kind of looking at the product photos, looking at actual Barbossa photos to kind of get it into the place I want. I think something like that is how I wanted it to look, but I'm trying to rotate it around, like maybe something like that. We'll have to see. We'll see once we do some actual poses, because first I'm going to leave the hat off him just to be safe. But we're going to get Jack Sparrow out here. It absolutely pained me to do it, but I took Jack Sparrow out of that amazing kind of saluting pose. I love that pose, but maybe I'll be able to recreate it, get him back in there. But of course, we can compare Jack to Jack, you know, Jack the monkey they named, you know, Captain Jack Sparrow, Jack the monkey. Yeah, I know you want to see him compared to Barbossa. And here he is, the man himself, Captain Barbossa with Captain Jack Sparrow. And like I predicted, both head sculpts are phenomenal. Like EKUAZ Studio, as a third-party company, they're going head-to-head with Hot Toys right now. Look at that. They both look really good. Of course, I don't have the Artisan edition of Jack Sparrow. This is the sculpted hair edition. But the sculpted hair still looks really good. He does get a little bit of wool in there just to, I guess, add to the figure. See the wool up there too. But all the dreads and stuff are just plastic. But still, these two look amazing next to each other. Look at the outfits. They both look really good. They both have really cool looking belts. Barbossa has his flintlock right there in his belt. Jack Sparrow has two in his belt. Of course, the Barbossa is from the Curse of the Black Pearl, maybe. You know, he could be from other stuff. This Jack Sparrow is technically from Dead Men Tell No Tales. So his outfit is a little different than it looked in the original movie. But then again, it's still pretty much the same. They both have the sashes that go down. Jack Sparrow's is white with red. His is yellow with a little bit of orange and brown. But I absolutely love these. Look at that. They both look absolutely incredible next to each other. But of course, the Hot Toys figure gets a plastic sword and Barbossa gets a shiny diecast. But I have to admit, the diecast looks really good, but they should have added some weathering, because look at this. The Hot Toys one looks very realistic because it's a bit more matte, has a bunch of weathering on there while still being shiny. Then of course, Barbossa's is very clean, but it's diecast. So I think the perfect middle would be diecast sword with weathering on there, kind of like the Hot Toys one. I would love to see that one day. Barbossa has maybe a slightly longer sword. Yeah, it looks like that. So unfortunately, plastic Hot Toys, diecast EKUAZ Studio, but no weathering. Flintlock wise, they both get two, and they're not really very comparable because Barbossa's are a lot bigger. Honestly, a bit more detailed, I want to say, because the wood and stuff. Jack Sparrow's are a bit cleaner, honestly. It's kind of surprising. So let's go ahead and just grab two. I guess both the black ones. Which one do you like more? Barbossa's is bigger, but Jack's, his does have the detailing on there. You see the silver with all the kind of speckles, the black speckling everywhere. The handle is very smooth. I guess it's not wood or something. I don't know, but it doesn't look like wood. But Barbossa's, I don't know if it's recency bias, but I love how his looks. The Hot Toys one, yes, the detailing is nice. You have that little sculpted piece on the bottom. His has the skull, but there's just something about this one that looks amazing. But let's grab the other ones. These ones are both the brown ones. You can see there's some detailing right on the metal sections, but once again, probably because it also has the actual wood type look, I like Barbossa's because this one has a very smooth looking handle and whole barrel section and everything. But the Barbossa one looks like real wood to me, and I absolutely love it. Don't get me wrong, the Hot Toys ones are very detailed, very nice looking with weathering and everything. But the Barbossa ones could be recency bias, of course. I love those. They look absolutely incredible. I was trying to look for more things to compare between the two, and I guess we're looking at the hats. So Barbossa's is basically all sculpted plastic, kind of a soft plastic. Jack's is actually a softer, I think, leather material. So it fits to the head nicely. It's softer, so you can shape it on there a little bit more. Barbossa's is also very nice, so he has the real feathers and everything like that. Just shaping it to the head is a little difficult, but they both look very good. Base wise though, yeah, it is no competition. Even though Jack's likes to fall apart when he's not up there and it's not too secure and moving, yeah, Jack's looks amazing. You have the transparent blue down here for the waves. The wood does look really good, although like I said, Barbossa, the wood looks very nice too. I'm looking at them right now, and yeah, Hot Toys, their wood texture still looks really nice, but I do really like that one. Maybe Hot Toys is a bit better because that base is just gorgeous. But base wise, Hot Toys, they knocked out of the park. That is beautiful. Plus, they actually put Jack Sparrow's name on the front, and Barbossa got Jack on the front too. Jack, now it's time to have some fun. I'm going to pose Barbossa. I'm going to pose him with Jack, without Jack. I'm just going to have tons of fun with it. I don't know how many poses I'm going to be able to squeeze into the end of the video. Going to try to get all of them. But also keep an eye out for some shorts and stuff for Barbossa, because we'll have him fighting Jack and just, oh yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with this. Let's go ahead and do that, and we'll just, yeah, discuss my final thoughts. I just realized I forgot to show off the cursed coin as well, but it looks great. It's super shiny. I think it's die cast, and I kind of love it because, you know, it's what you take out of the treasure, and then it actually cursed them all, so they're kind of undead. And I just realized I'm holding it, so I don't know what that means for me, but we'll have to see. But yes, this is a phenomenal third-party figure, and honestly, I think it is the best third-party figure in my collection now. A huge reason for that is Hot Toys' lack of additional Pirates of the Caribbean figures other than Jack Sparrow. At the time of filming, at least, they haven't yet made a new Davy Jones, but they have done one in the past, so I am kind of hopeful they'll do a 2.0 or just an updated one in the future. But for me, what would really complete my Pirates of the Caribbean collection now, especially since I have Barbossa, would be a Will and Elizabeth. So now I kind of hope EKUAZ Studio, I really hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly, I really hope they do a Will and Elizabeth next, because having both of them and then hopefully Davy Jones eventually would complete the display, because man, EKUAZ, since they do the implanted hair and it looks this good on Barbossa with the beard and the hair, I feel like they would do a great job doing Elizabeth's hair and then also Will's hair, and man, now I really want to see him do it. The Hot Toys Jack Sparrow I have is a phenomenal figure, and it does have the sculpted hair since I didn't get the artisan one, unfortunately, and now knowing how good implant hair looks, I kind of wish I did, but you know, maybe I could upgrade it if I ever get a waitlist conversion in the future. But sculpted, it still looks phenomenal. You can see him next to the Barbossa figure, and they both look great together. Sometimes third-party figures do bring down the officially licensed figures in the collection, and sometimes I bought some or like outfit sets and I gotta put them in the back or kind of hide them away because, yeah, they don't look as good as the officially licensed ones sometimes. But for this one, it raises the collection up, and it stands alone as a phenomenal figure. It just looks so good, and honestly, it might be better than some Hot Toys. The implanted hair, along with a pretty much flawless likeness to Geoffrey Rush, makes this a figure that Pirates fans need to have on their shelf. And honestly, the best praise I can give this figure is that the head sculpt, just looking at it on its own, it looks like in art quality. The hair is it has product in it, so it's a little harder, and all the details are just, they're so finely detailed and it looks so good. Man, I just love this head sculpt. The worst thing I can say about the figure though, because yes, there are flaws, it's the monkey. It doesn't look that great. The sculpted fur looks pretty bad. The face looks very bad. Like, with how good the figure looks, I'm surprised the monkey ended up looking this bad, but I want to display the monkey, but it kind of brings the figure down. And then also, I like having him on the base because the base looks nice, but the fact that it lacks a nameplate, it's a pretty big downside. Other than those, I honestly can't really think of too many other downsides. I like that the sword is die cast. I wish there was some damage on it. The whole figure has a bunch of weathering and stuff like that, so I don't have any complaints there. The weapons look great. Yeah, it's just a phenomenal looking figure, and I love that apple. Like, I just have to display with the apple in my collection. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that you get this figure if you're a big Pirates fan and you are okay getting an unlicensed third-party figure in your collection. I don't know how good the sculpted version of this figure is, but the deluxe version with the implanted hair, yeah, it's looking phenomenal right now. But of course, if I do have issues in the future, I'll follow up with some shorts or stuff like that. But of course, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you get this figure? Are you planning on getting it, or do you regret not getting it now? If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like and hit subscribe for much more content like this. Check out another figure review in the playlist that'll pop up, definitely a Jack Sparrow review, or check out the collection tour to see how my collecting journey is going. As always, thank you to the channel members. If you want to become a channel member, click the join button and you'll see a name at the end of the reviews amongst some other benefits. I look forward to talking to y'all again very soon, or based on how I was wrapping up the video, rambling very soon. But until next time, stay 6 scale.